Hey, how's it going? It's Brian here, back with another tutorial. So in this video, I'm going to show you actually two different moves here. Two basic moves, but they are really versatile and you can look really good doing them. So the first move here is the rocking group. It looks like this. Okay, so you can tell it's got the rocking motion going. So this move itself is composed of, I guess you can say, two different movements. First thing first is the rocking motion, and I'm going to show you from the side here. We're going to start with knees bent, and we're going to go stand like this, and then bend, and stand. So it goes like this. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So you can tell I'm bending by the knees and my body is going backwards and my neck here is actually unlocked, so I'm not looking into or up at the ceiling. I'm looking forward. Okay, so I'm gonna stand back up and then bend, so my body goes backwards, up and up and up and up. So with counts it goes like this. Start with knees bent. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Okay, so from the front it goes from knees bent, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. It goes like that. Okay, so the second motion here is the direction. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be turning our body once we are rocking forward. So we're going to do one direction and then the other direction. So it's 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. Putting the two movements together, starting with knees bent, it's going to go to this direction first, boom, and then bring it back. So I'm not actually pivoting with my feet here. My body is just turning over to one way. So we're going to go boom, and then back, the other way, back, one way, and the other way. So putting the two movements together, it's going to look like this. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Alright, so what you can do with your arms here is you can have them staggered on the side. This is a very basic position, so it looks like this when it's put all together. 1 and 2, 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 1 and 2. Okay, so once you get more used to this move, you can add a little bit of sway into it, so it looks like this. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So you notice when I bend my knees and I'm straightening up, going to one direction, I'm putting my entire body forward to it, and then I'm bending back down, and then go the other direction. Okay, so before you master the basic movement, don't try to do that just yet, or else it might look a little bit funny. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So that's the rocking group. Okay, so the next move here is the lean and sway, and I've taught this in other videos before, but I'm going to re-explain it in a simpler version. So the lean and sway looks like this. Okay, so let me break this one down. I'll break it down into two different movements. First of all, it's the heel toe, or it's the heel raise motion, which looks like this. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And the second motion is the rolling of the shoulder motion, which looks like this. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. By combining those two movements together, you get the lean and sway. So let's get started. With the heel raise, what's going to happen is you want to have your stand like this with your feet basically positioned at shoulder width, and your toes are going to be pointed out in a V position. Okay, not to make it too complicated, toes pointed out like that. Okay, so all you want to do at this point is you want to raise your heel for one foot like this, boom, put it back down, the other one, boom, put it back down. So 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. That's 2 counts, okay? So one more time. This foot first. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Nice and simple. Stay on beat, okay? So the next motion here is the shoulder roll motion, which goes in a little bit of a figure 8 motion, which looks like that. That's figure 8, right? So this shoulder going back first is going to go boom, and then you want to have that figure 8 motion in mind. This shoulder from this point is going to go backwards like that. So it goes 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. You don't have to exaggerate it too much, and at this point you can have your arms here so it doesn't look awkward on your side. So like this. This shoulder goes back first, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So keep in mind the figure 8 motion. Okay, so now let's put the two motions together. The heel raise, okay, and the shoulder roll. So when we lift this heel up, we're going to do the shoulder roll to this side. So it looks like this. Boom. Okay, so notice I'm raising everything up. Boom, dropping. And then from here, obviously, we're going to go to the other side. And boom. And then arms here. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So that's a little bit exaggerated, but when you put the two movements together and you do it more smoothly, it'll look like this. 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. Okay, so notice that there's the figure 8 motion going on, and keep that in mind and have the motion go at that pace, then the move will look good. So last time, we're going to go from this side to this side, of course. So 1 and 2, 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 1 and 2. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. Because if so, make sure to check out my website to get the free Dance Floor Crash Course video course. In this course, I'll show you 3 dance moves you can learn in 15 minutes that's going to make you look like a natural. If you're feeling really stiff and really tense when you're dancing right now, I'll show you step by step how to get that fixed. Also, you're going to learn how to get dances with the ladies in a club or at social functions without ever getting rejected. So check it out, make sure to comment, subscribe, and share. This is Brian B. I'll see you there.